As independent insurance agencies look to boost their PR, e-newsletters can be a great way to reach out in either a select group of clients or broad audience. In this interview with Insurance Journal's Patti Tom, Ann Basco of Heffernan Insurance talks about how to develop content for a newsletter and then different ways in which you can share your message.
Newsletters are a great way to communicate to clients. You can do a hard copy newsletter, although I see those really phasing out. They're costly. The turnaround time is much longer because you need to not only get the content, but then go into the editing process and the design process with a graphic designer, and then the printing process and the mailing process. So e-newsletters are much faster and much cheaper and much greener. If you don't have a communications department, that's probably okay. Maybe you have someone who can write, or an administrative type person who can be very organized and gather the content. There are lots of e-newsletter services out there that have templates. You can literally upload your content to a template and upload your email addresses and then send it out. Are you sending it to clients in a certain vertical industry like construction? They want to know about construction law and comp and claims. If you're sending it to a broad audience, maybe you sprinkle in a little bit of content about the company. Maybe the company's doing some charity events. Maybe they're opening a new office someplace. I would kind of blend in sort of general company information as well, but always take a look at the audience first. I will say the hardest part about doing a newsletter is getting content, bar none. People volunteer to write for the newsletter and then they get sidetracked with another project. So in that case, as a fallback option, there are other things you can do. There are services out there where you can license legitimate content, and by licensing, that means you pay a fee and then you own that content, so you can deliver real newsworthy content to your clients based on all kinds of categories, whether by industry or by region. And there are also freelance writers you can hire, and by hiring a freelance writer, sometimes that's great. That takes the burden off your shoulders. I've seen pricing from 50 cents to $1 a word. I think that probably varies geographically, but you can hire out somebody to write a story for you, and that doesn't mean you're totally losing the integrity of the story. You can direct it, and you can ask for rewrites and put in quotes from people you think make sense for the story, but that at least gets the story done. I would say the most important thing about doing a newsletter is being consistent. Don't just start it and send it once. Start it and make sure you send it on a consistent frequency.
For more best practices in insurance agency PR and communications from Ann Basco, visit insurancejournal.tv.